Should we start? All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the little world premiere. It's the very first panel of Spotted Marten. As you can see, our logo up there. Woo! Oh yeah, witnessing history. All right. And I see there's lots of people here. This is great, even though there's a bit of competition from Uncle Kage over there, but we make it worth your while. All right, so the panel title is Voice Acting in Action, an interactive demonstration on the dub of the Tamberlane webcomic. And you notice the interactive part in there, so you might think to yourself, where does that come in? So let's just go a quick overview of what's going on in this panel. So we're going to start off with some introductions. So all the lovely people on stage are going to introduce themselves, and we're going to introduce Spotted Marten, what it's about, what is Tamberlane, what that's about. And afterwards, we're going to go through the stages of dub production. So we are a studio that creates mostly dubs for webcomics. And yeah, we basically walk you through all the steps from just having the comic all the way to the finished product. So yeah, we'll go over that. And afterwards, you all come in, so you will be able to voice act your own characters in a comic. And if you win the audition, then you can even get your own persona into the comic, so it's a your character here thing, and if you win, you can basically get some free art of your persona, and also be on YouTube. So, oh yeah. Well, and afterwards we'll have a little Q&A, so you can ask us any questions that still will be there. Yes, if we have time. Yes. Let's make sure we have. Okay. Well, first of all, so who am I? Who's the person speaking right now? So my real life name is Manuel Hahn, but as you can probably imagine, I'm a furry. So online I go with Volteer, and my persona is Chris the opossum. You can see him here on screen, and here if you see me walking around, that's my face. And yeah, so in my real life job, I'm a pricing analyst, but that's super boring, so we won't dwell on that. In my function in Spotted Marten, I'm the studio head and founder of the whole thing, so I have the roles of a producer and a director, and I'm also the main editor for our videos. And also I speak the role of Anthony in our current project Tamberlane, which is the little cat over here. And yeah. All right, so what even is Spotted Marten? Well, we like to call ourselves an independent amateur voice acting studio. And you notice that the amateur is here in quotes here. And that is because while we still make this mostly for fun, so it's just a hobby project most of the time. But still some of the people who came to us and started acting with us and just for fun, even some people here on stage, they realized just trying it out that voice acting is lots of fun and something that maybe they're really good at, and maybe they want to pursue this as a professional career. So that's why I put the amateur here in quotes. And we're very happy that we can facilitate that. So if anyone wants to try, today's your chance. Right, this whole thing was started in 2019 by me, just by myself. And the story goes is I'm a super lazy person, like I'm really lazy about reading. I don't like reading, to be honest. So I found this really nice webcomic online called Supercell, which is made by B&B, which I can highly recommend. It's a very great comic, so check it out if you can. And basically I found this comic, thought it was really great, but I realized, okay, as I said, I don't like reading, so it's so great, so probably somebody has made a dub about it, and I looked it up, didn't find anything, and was like, well, let's just try it myself. So I put on my gaming headset, booted up the pages, recorded all the characters by myself with no experience. You can imagine how that sounds, and you can even find it still on YouTube if you really want to, if you want a little laugh. And yeah, that's basically how the whole thing started. But over time I asked people, hey, maybe it's great if there's more than one voice doing this, so do you want to join? And more and more people joined, and that's where it all started. So in late 2022, so not even a year ago, we rebranded to Spotted Marten. So our logo you can see over here, and here you also can have it on stickers if you want to take some later. And yeah, and so far what we've worked on is 2 comics, so Supercell, as I said, and Tamberlane, which is the current project you'll see a lot about now. Total of 9 chapters, 688 pages of comic, and 84 different characters spoken by 53 actors. So we have lots of actors back in the studio in Vienna, but also we have people from the US, from Poland, from the UK, who are, yes, Germany as well, yeah, can't forget Germany, helping out, and yeah, just we are growing and keep growing, yes, exactly. So we already started even creating some original music because we found Orlando, who's not here today, but he still has some part. And he's really great at composing music, so we started really adding original music to our project as well. Already used 800 plus sound effects. So a lot of searching through stock footage sites is going on, and we're already on a third hardware setup, which basically all of it you can see here. So we built up all that stuff today, which Inventor is going to tell you a little bit about in a second. And yeah, so that's the studio, and now our current project is Tamberlane, which, well, what is Tamberlane? Anybody already know Tamberlane here? Oh, a few people, but most people don't, so it's a great time to advertise for them, because it is a really cute, really great furry webcomic. Here you can see the cover of chapter 3, and you see it's really nice quality, really nice colors and everything. Well, the story is about a small community of intro characters living somewhere in the woods, basically, or like in a village close to the woods. And everything's fine, everything's dandy. It's a really idyllic lifestyle, of course, until you get closer into it and some cracks start to show, but not to spoil anything. And well, the premise of the show, of the comic, is that they find a little human in the woods, which is this, which we know is a human, but they don't know what a human is. So in their universe, humans don't exist, at least as far as they know. And so they are like, really strange creature, what is this? But yeah, so the little bat Belfry, which is this character, the main character, adopts the little human, and yeah, things start happening from there. So, okay, and the comic is made by Caytlin Vilbrandt, whose Sona you can see here on the left. And she started the whole comic in 2016. And it is co-written since a few years ago by Arty Noble, which is this little dog over here. And they just started a few years ago trying the project, and maybe you know them as Meta Joker, who's like a My Little Pony musician. So if you know that, that's the same person. And yeah, and what else I wanted to say is that, you know, this is like a cover image, right? So you might expect, okay, that's why it looks so good. It's like really rendered, it's a cover image. But the thing about the comic is it's like every single page has this quality. So really amazing art, every single page. From page 1 is this quality. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I've never seen another webcomic this great. So 450, and she said she wants to keep going until 2035 or so with the current pace. Yeah. One page every week, and yeah, big shout out. We're not yes. Close to die. Yes, and we are, and that's like an obligation to see that. Yes, it's really great, and because it's so great, we were like, yes, let's do a dub of this because no dub exists, and we're working on a dub, and the author really likes it as well. So, well, and we're currently shortly before releasing chapter 4, so chapter 4 should be coming out in 1 or 2 months, and chapters 1 to 3 are already done, and yeah, let's give you all a little preview of how this thing looks.
Right then, tell me your foolproof plan once more.
So I'm at the Sovereign Festival in this lovely dress. Even though you're also making me clean the latrines. Which makes no sense, by the way.
Save it for the judge, Poppet.
Well, whenever someone admires my dress, I can be all, oh, golly gosh, mister, isn't my dress just smashing?
Stop squishing the pies!
Then stop yelling at me!
I'm not yelling, I'm scolding!
It sounds like yelling to me!
Then let me lay it out for you. We can't sell squished pies!
I know!
How's the festival going,
It's
Kelly?
not like I'm squishing them on purpose!
Quite cracking, thanks.
Of course
My
not! I
progress is
just
moving
want you
very
to
nicely.
be careful!
Good. That's good.
I am careful!
Not careful enough!
I think I'd like 2 strawberry pasties,
All I'm saying
please.
is slow down before we have
I'd
no
like
more
to see you do better! Challenge accepted!
Gather round and lend your ears, my kits, and we'll tell you a story.
A story that lives in the beats of your heart and the pulse of your blood.
Pay no attention to the flickering candle,
Or the shadows creeping up the walls.
for you've heard their names before.
Kids the world around know they stalk your dreams in the night. With their huge mouths full of mismatched teeth.
And their endless legs that never tire, no matter how far you run. Few dare speak their name, lest their attention turns to you.
Yes, my kids, we speak of
The Longwalkers!
walkers.
All right. Thank you very much. So that last scene was a scene from chapter 4, so you got a little bit of preview there. And as you can see, that was completely original music, both pieces, which we're working on. And, well, but for now, I've talked enough. It's time for all these people to finally get a word. So, Inventor, you can start introducing yourself. There you go.
Oh, hi, I'm Inventor. I'm the nerd on duty who remembered to bring all this tech here, but forgot their lines. In the picture, you can see me on the job at Networks with Celestia helping me out, wiring in some new 100 gigabit lines. Yeah, and my Pony OC Hyperbalt next to it in the picture. The name comes from wanting to overdo and think from hyperbole, and that's how this setup came to be to a certain degree. But yeah, tech is only a small piece of the whole thing. The voice acting is the more important thing. So now on to an actual voice actor and our voice director, which is Aggie.
Hi! So, my name's Agatha. I'm the voice director and casting director of this lovely project here, as well as the voice actors of Tamberlane and Piper, which you see here. I am first and foremost an fine art school graduate who likes to do oil paintings, as you can see here, and also some illustrations, as well as some cartoons, what I like to do here. And I decided to voice act when I disliked the German voice of Fluttershy, who was my favorite character in My Little Pony. And I decided to try out voice acting, basically. So yeah, here you can see some of my work. If you're interested in commissioning me or working with me by any chance, just check out my website at agathamaxera.neocities.org or my Instagram at agatha/Maxera. And yeah, now there's another voice actor here actually sitting who's named Perry. Perry, come here.
Yeah, that's me. Oh no. Well, I'm Perry. I've been around the stage block a little bit, but voice acting, not actually so much. It's always been a lifelong dream of mine to actually commit to it as a professional career. As you can see here, I've been around since the 90s, too old. Been doing stage hosting for 10 years, did that accidentally for a convention once. Yeah, that sort of thing happens by accident. Now I'm accidentally part of a project like Tamberlane. I'm extremely happy. I get to be Kira, this wonderful. I think Kira is a crocodile, goat. What was the first thing? Dog. Right. So, like as you do, she's a wonderful character. She will show up in chapter 4 quite a bit. So I hope you're looking forward to that. And I'm really, really happy to have my part in this project. But I would love to introduce my next collaborator here in person, but Orlando is unfortunately not able to be here, but he prepared a little something. So please still give applause for Orlando.
Hello, my name is Orlando. I'm 39 years old, hailing from Austria. I'm a hobbyist musician. I do like tinkering, singing, playing board games, fursuiting, cooking, cycling, mostly creative stuff. My persona is a red gargoyle, and I'm in the fandom since 2009, which is also roughly the time that I started making music seriously. I joined Spotted Marten in last autumn, which is a funny story. I just watched the first 2 chapters of the Tamberlane Fandub. Chapter 2 was just out. I found them by accident, but I loved them and I inhaled them and I wrote some very nice comments on YouTube. On the very next Vienna Fur Meet, I met Volteer, who I figured was the producer. I asked him do you need some recording space? I do have some recording gear, my treated room, and he said, oh, you must be that guy that left the nice comments on YouTube. We shared it all over Telegram and the Discord. And they were very happy about that, and that made me happy in return. So he was asking, have you ever thought of doing some voice acting? And I said, I do like experimenting with my voice. And, well, the very next day was auditioning for Tag, which is this little scoundrel over here. So, and by sheer luck, apparently, I got the role. As a musician, I'm also responsible now for making music for the Tamberlane Fandub and future Spotted Marten projects, together with Agatha, Volteer, and also Walfred, who is Inventor's father, contributes regularly some pieces of his that he composed. So, enough of me. Back to our beautiful hosts. Take it away.
And now our little skull dog over here will introduce herself. So.
Got the skull dog.
Hello. Yeah. Okay, well, hello there. I'm Soriona, aka Daria, and as you can see, I am the skull dog right in the corner. And maybe you recognize me because I was in the dealer's den last Eurofurence, and my stuff is also in the dealer's den like this year, so maybe you will see it still. I am a hobby artist and a fursuit maker, and I joined Spotted Marten in the early days, and my current voice acting roles are Tess and Briar, like from Tamberlane. You can see him here. And sort of a little thing that I wanted to talk about is like a little project, like about that thing here. It's a fursuit making project where some of these are participating in here. It's like a technical suit like Beauty of the Base, if that's familiar. So I just wanted to tell you that we're doing that, and these are my links here, Telegram channel, and that's basically it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So now, as promised, the second part of the panel, where we talk about the status of dub production. So you just saw the result of the whole dub, but the question is, how do we get there? So we'll now step through so here you can see the progress bar we have on our website, spottedmarten.com, if you want to check that out. And as you can see, the current project is Tamberlane Chapter 4, and it's almost complete, just missing some of the music. And, well, the whole thing you need to do is you need to cast the actors, you need to record the lines, you need to do the editing and the sound effects, then compose the music and put the whole thing into video. So we're gonna walk through these steps right now, starting with casting with our casting director, Eggy.
All right, guys, for this segment, I'm going to give you, the audience, a small task. Look at the picture and the text below and read it out in your head. All right, are you done? You done? Okay. I'm going to bet that for a great majority of you, you were capable of imitating his voice in your head. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it, you know? Let's try out a different character. Okay. All right, did you just experience the same sensation? If you did, well, fantastic. You see, everyone has a little voice actor in their minds that shifts character every time you read what a certain character is saying. And the combination of a character's age, gender, physique, and body language is associated with that given voice. While in general, opinions may differ from person to person, practically anyone has the capacity to assign voices to characters. Having a good grasp on what voice type could represent a character best is what voice casting is all about. When the first chapter of Tamberlane Comic Dub was done and released in April of 2022, we had to think about Chapter 2, where a bunch of new characters are added. My idea sprung to Casting Call Club, where you can audition for creative projects and listen to other people's auditions. It's a great learning experience for when you're just starting out. While there are other options, such as Fiverr, it was clear that I would end up searching for voice talents on Casting Call Club. I set up the casting call and had aspiring voice actors audition for a project. 2 weeks later, Volteer and I were already able to choose some amazing characters from their auditions. Voice actors act fast at good opportunities. Being choosy to get the right voice for the character can be a good thing, but especially for an amateur project, it's commendable to be forgiving and leave room for the actor to figure out the role for themselves within reason. Especially an actor that is just starting out and passionately learning on how to improve could give an interesting spin on the character. It doesn't matter how talented a voice actor is, as the voice director has the responsibility to properly communicate the depth of the character and the type of line that is desired, as well as being able to critically examine the spoken lines, providing a concentrated atmosphere and pushing the actor into the right direction. To conclude my segment, I will give some general tips on how to audition as a voice actor. Good mic quality and good acoustic quality can get you far. Even if you have budget constraints, there are ways to polish your audio quality that we will soon get into. Improve your diction and pronounce words clearly. There's a lot more that goes into it, but something that helped me is to listen to how characters speak and how professional VAs talk about their work and try mimicking their preparation methods and voice modulations. And lastly, get in the mindset of your character. Get deep into trying to understand what makes them tick. For instance, my character, Piper, constantly tries to get her way by manipulating others while not being subtle about it at all. Instead, she's loud, and a lot of the humor comes from the fact that she's completely unapologetically herself, while she's surrounded by people who are full of doubt, whether towards themselves or others. Understanding the position of your character in the story, among other things, is sure to improve your lines overall. And lastly, voice acting, for better or for worse, is a highly competitive field where you have to be used to being rejected a lot. If you audition for 10 characters and you get chosen for one, that's already a miracle. The good thing is that you can always learn from the experience and further polish your voice acting. And remember, people who cast roles are human too. Sometimes an audition gets considered and in the next moment it might be forgotten about. So keep trying, and if the circumstances allow, audition more than once. Really make sure to let people know that you're interested and that you're willing to work towards your goal and follow through with it. Even if you might not get the role you want, you might get considered for another. And get used to rejection. I can't stress this enough. If the audience has any more questions about this, just let us know by the end of this panel, where we will host a Q&A. And now, what happens if you're cast as a voice actor? I think Perry has the answer.
I sure hope I do. Yes. So as Agatha explained, auditioning is intimidating but necessary. It's like applying for a job, but at the same time even more nebulous than usual. Because you can't even just send in a CV. Demo reels are nice, but in the end you're auditioning for a specific character, a specific vibe, a specific role, and you don't even know yet what the director's looking for. Sometimes the director doesn't even know yet. They might hear your performance and be like, oh, that's the one. So just stressing this again, I literally had a professional voice actor say if you get taken for a role once out of 10 times, then you're very lucky. So do not be afraid, this is normal for even the super pros. As for my part, I of course didn't arrive until they actually told me, hey Perry, we think your performance is pretty cool. Let's do more of that. I was like, oh boy. So in my case, I was able and lucky enough to live close enough to these lovely people to take advantage of their local setup, but I will also explain in a little bit how you can make your own with a relatively slim budget. For me, the first concern was warming up. This is very important. Think of it like you're exercising, right? You don't just immediately start lifting 200 kilos just straight up. You're not doing that if you want to live. So for voice acting, it's the same thing. Remember, your vocal cords are literally muscles. If you don't warm up, if you immediately get into yelling and stuff like that, again, you're going to actually hurt your voice. And if in the worst case scenario, you might actually do damage to your vocal cords. Don't do that. Warm-ups don't need to be difficult or complicated. Many people have to do different things. Some people sing a little bit. Others sound out words to themselves. Others just read their lines out loud a lot. I like saying the alphabet to myself, which is why I drew myself there doing that. Just very enunciate. You've never said A, B, like that. But it helps. It's silly, but it helps. If you like making silly noises to yourself, you know what I mean. After that, things just get a little bit more straightforward. You often do a run-through of some of the lines that are slated to be recorded at that point with your director. You can just go through, see like, okay, that's the vibe, I'm getting in the character. After that, we do a little sound check. Always important to make sure you're standing at the right distance to the mic. Your mic is set up correctly. Everything is at the right gain, right volume. So you're not yelling into your mic and then everything's just like this. Very important when you do this at home, especially because then you don't have a director who's like, that sounded like crap. So always do this, even when you think, I've used the setup 10 times. Why should I do it again? Do it again. After that, we get into recording the takes. This obviously takes the longest. It's also physically a little bit straining. We always have some snacks and drinks on hand because, after like an hour of just saying things, you feel a little bit exhausted. The lines I've noted that tend to give me the most trouble are the things that seem simple. Things like just like, yummy, or something like that. Just something that sounds so simple to say, but then it's like, no, you didn't say it on the right syllable. Or, that was a bit too slow. Or, the enthusiasm wasn't there. You might just have to say, yummy 20 times. It's okay. When we're done, of course, we still always review things. We are constantly in contact with the director. If you're recording something over a distance, that might be over Discord or Skype call. In person, of course, even better because they can directly tell you, hey, this energy wasn't quite right, or this half of a sentence, you kind of start swallowing words. Always good, but always talk with your director. If you just record in a vacuum, like if you have an audition, that's okay, but for the actual performance, always talk to your director. Always, always. Now I said we can also record at home. Most of us will be doing that. I do that most of the time too. I live stream as well. I'm a VTuber, so recording things at home has always been very important to me. You do not need a lot of money to get started. That's the lucky thing, thankfully. It used to be expensive because good USB mics were far and in between. But at this point, every company makes a solid podcast mic. That's what they usually call it. They're like, hey, podcasters, you need a mic, right? Now with the recent years, we needed more people to be able to do lectures and calls at home as well. So good, solid mics like these, just as examples, there's many more. And the price category is starting at like about 40 to 60 euros. Absolutely everywhere. So do not be shy. Try a mic like that. It doesn't need to be a 200 euro mic for you to get started. Audacity is the recording program I use at home. Costs nothing. Open source software. They've changed some things around, but it's still completely free. And for home use, completely fine. You don't need anything fancier yet. I promise. Pop filter costs like 10 bucks. You can even use pantyhose if you want. It just, this noise? Sucks that up. Here we have cushioning if your mic doesn't. Pop filters, seriously, $5 on Amazon, not a problem. And your environment, acoustic treatment, mine seems silly. Why do I need fleece blankets? Cheaper than putting foam plates on your wall. You can do that too. Foam is good. The old school people will remember egg cartons. We can just literally, a 10 euro fleece blanket, hang some around where your mic is and it will swallow a ton of echo. It's all you need. It doesn't need to be fancy. So just as an overview, if you think, I need to have fat cash to start, not at all. Just get the basics done, put a fleece blanket over your head if you need to, and you'll sound great. But obviously that's not the whole of everything, there's more. So I would like to see when we're talking about mics, there's someone here who talks a lot better about them than me. And that's the lovely Inventor. Take it away.
Oh my God, yeah. So in theme with this year's EF, we built our recording booth out of broomsticks. So that kind of the witch is right on. So with a low-cost theme, and so which is that you can build your own recording setup without a lot of effort and without a huge amount of tech knowledge and budget. So this here is obviously a bit more than that, but that's because from the tech you need, only a small part is actually used for recording. Most of this, what we use here, is because there's many more people involved, and people, while we record in the studio, at least 2 people listen live and they give comments, and then we have people joined over Discord and they give cues, and so basically these are our conferencing mics, and the mic which is in the recording booth is actually our recording mic that we use for production. We brought that all here, and so the reason why we go also this effort is mostly most of it, but 90% of the effort is collaboration, and the more important tech is with the software, with the editing of the audio and video, and how we do that. Volteer is going to show again.
All right. Yeah. Once we got.
Sorry.
Well, once we got all the lines recorded and set up, then the next thing is the editing part, which just means taking all the lines, picking the best one, and sticking them all together so they fit with what's happening on screen, basically. And this might sound like a really simple process. You just go through it, take the lines, and you're done, right? Well, that's kind of true, but there's a big caveat here, and that is that once you start working with dozens of different characters and hundreds of pages for a chapter maybe, then at some point you need to get like an efficient strategy to work with, otherwise you'll end up like this guy over here and never get anything done, right? So, well, once we have once this is over, we got all the lines in, and you might have some waveform like this, and that's the whole session, right? And then you might think, okay, just go through it and take the lines, right? The problem is, maybe some of this is just banter. We're just voice actors. We do this also for fun, so we don't just go into the lines and step out and it's done. We also do like banter, you know. Maybe a funny take gets thrown in and we discuss it, and so yeah, that can happen, of course, and maybe. Yeah, some of the part there's nothing because someone else is talking over these conference mics, for example. And yeah, and you can go on and basically classify it like this. Maybe a take goes through, but it's not perfect, basically. You can't use it or something. And then at some point you get the good takes out, and yeah, you just go through with this. And instead of just doing this whole thing once, going through and trying to get the best take, what you should do is do at first one pass, right? And then you just take the good takes, put them all next to each other, and then you can start comparing them one by one instead of just having the separation. Hello. Bye. Exactly, and then you have all the good takes next to each other, and then you can start really comparing one by one. And if you take this extra time at the start, in the end you save time. That's always a good rule. Take extra time to make things efficient, and you save time in the end. All right, so that's just the lines from the actors, right? But the thing is, you also need sound effect. We don't make audiobooks where you just read the story, maybe with different characters or something, but we make dubs. So if you also see like characters on screen running, swimming, or whatever, and obviously you might want to also hear them running, the footsteps, or swimming. You want to hear the waves and all of that stuff. So yeah, there's basically two sources of sound effects you can use. The first is stock footage sounds, stock footage sites, where we basically used 2 so far. The first one is free sound, which is what we started up with because, of course, as the name said, it's free. So that's a great advantage. It's free and great for starting out. And also anyone can upload their sound, which means there's lots of different sounds, because anytime someone comes up with something and thinks, oh, maybe someone can use it, they just upload it, so you have lots and lots of stuff. The disadvantage there is that there's also no quality control. So sometimes you see the description, oh, it's exactly what I need, and you open it up and it's like this, and it's just full of noise and stuff like that, and you end up not using it. So it takes some time to comb through that stuff. There's totally gems in there, but sometimes it can get frustrating. So what we use nowadays mostly is Artlist, which is a site you pay for. So the disadvantage here is, well, it costs money, but also there's quality control. So you can make sure if a sound is up there, you can use it if you want. And it saves time because you don't need to go through trash, so to say. But it can still take way longer than you think picking out sounds, because sometimes you need a little tiny sound effect that sounds like half a second. But the thing is, you need to put it in so you don't actually notice it, because much more you notice the absence of a sound than actually a sound that you expect being there. So you really need all these small sound effects sometimes, because otherwise it kind of gets screwed up. Okay, but sometimes you don't find any sound you need online, and that's the second source we're talking about. You can do Foley, which means doing your own sound effects that you need yourself. And for this part, actually just we call it a small demonstration video, so yeah, gonna just show that now. Yeah.
Oh no! I've disturbed an evil spirit. That's the... Oh no! I've disturbed an evil spirit. That's the...
All right. All of these misses were real, by the way, so it was not staged. All right. Okay, so that's voices down, sound effects down, everything put together. And now, since a few chapters ago, we started also enhancing it even more by adding our own music. And for that part, Orlando, we prepared a small video, so Orlando, take it away.
Well, for making music, you surely need all of these instruments and this and your keyboard. But first and foremost, you need your brains, your creativity, and all the musical knowledge that your team can muster, be it harmony theory or experience in making music. So to make something out of nothing, which music making often isn't entirely true for us, because we do have the scenes and dialogues which carry already a bunch of emotions. And our job as musicians is to underline and emphasize those emotions. During the whole process, we note down ideas, because you never know when you get inspired by the muses. We also gather inspiration from soundtracks from our favorite movies, TV shows, and games that we think could fit into the scenes of this chapter that we're working on. And when we finally get some video material from Volteer, which is usually rather late into the project, then we start getting serious and the intense part of making music begins. We set up a document with scene descriptions to keep track of our ideas and the progress. And we discuss which scenes would direly need music, which scenes could benefit from music, and which scenes could go without music. Maybe because of lack of resources, or it's just perfect as it is. We mark down moments of emotional twists and turns where the music also has to go from dramatic to funny or the other way around. We think of themes and instruments for characters that we want to introduce that stick out in the chapter. It doesn't necessarily have to be characters, it could be like entities, like the theme for a broad, like an ominous place or a group of people, whatever, what have you. Before we take on music for a scene, we think about the setting and the mood it's carrying. Are we accompanying a horror story, a peaceful chat, heated argument, a thrilling action scene? Are we in the middle of town, in a library, at a nursery, somewhere in the outback? All that gives us a starting point and may help determining the instruments, the heaviness, and foremost the musical genre for a scene. Then we just start making up ideas, composing, arranging, building up the pieces, often in sessions, or we make up ideas at home and bring them in and work together on them. Here's some examples of what we did in the past.
There's something strange happening abroad. Areas are blocked off or quarantined. No one will say why. And creatures from Hamburg are vanishing.
Slaves that never tire, no matter how far you run. Few dare speak their name, lest their attention turns to you.
Yes, my kids, we speak of
The Lostworkers.
As you might have guessed, there's lots of trial and error here going on. Sometimes even mid-composing of a scene, we decide to scrap a piece of music because it's inconsistent with the ideas around it, or we simply have better ideas. And these ideas are now getting cast into arrangements, which means they need rhythmic foundation, chord structure, embellishments. And oftentimes you want to start with a rhythmic foundation. So you take some chords or some bass instrument or drums, and just as often you start with a catchy melody or an existing theme that you want to build everything around. At this point, it helps a lot that we already have certain instruments assigned to characters or entities, as before mentioned. But yet there's so much more for us to explore. The whole writing music for scenes thing, or film music, is quite new to us, and much of our material is consisting of instrumental songs or continuous pieces, if you may, which turned out okay so far, but there's still a whole new dimension that we haven't explored too much yet. That is musical interjections, I call them that. Oftentimes made to exaggerate comical and dramatic moments, like a dun-dun-dun when someone says something exciting. And this is a whole new approach that we still have to experiment and double with. So there's still a lot to learn, but the general idea is to be supporting the mood and emotions of a scene, whether it's love, danger, humor, what have you. A short technical outline of the process: we work in Arty, which is a free and open source software digital audio workstation. We do our sketches in audio, then bring them into MIDI properly by playing or just setting the notes. And for mixing and effects, we turn that back into audio. And well, now you have all the voice recordings, the audio editing, the sound effects, the music, and we have to put that all into a presentable video that you can watch. And our mastermind, producer, and editor, Volteer, is going to tell us something more about that.
All right, yeah, thank you, Orlando. And now, as he said, we're going into the video part. So, well, as you can already see here, the main thing I want to mention is that the program we use is DaVinci Resolve, which we can, and it's made by Blackmagic Design, which we found really nice because according to the theme of the convention. And yeah, so just to say, if you don't already know the software, we can just say I highly recommend using it because it is a professional grade software, like the Marvel movies are made in this stuff. But at the same time, it's almost completely for free. So the free version is, in the free version you can render up to 4K 60 FPS. You can use almost all of the features. The only thing you can't do is like GPU rendering or rendering higher than 4K 60 FPS. And I think some niche features I've never heard about. So almost all you can have a professional video editing software almost for free. And if you're starting out, that's really, really valuable. So you can really get experience in a proper program already. And also another thing that's really great is that there's lots and lots of tutorials available online because it's a really popular program. So for example, the people that helped me a lot learning the program are Casey Ferris and Mr. Alex Tech on YouTube. So if you ever want to learn about DaVinci Resolve, I can recommend their videos. And anytime you want to know how to do a specific effect, like, I want this panel to glitch, what do I do? You just put in YouTube DaVinci Resolve glitch effect, and then maybe 10,000 videos come up, and some of them are like AI voices telling you, take this bubble, put it there, take this, take there, and then, yeah, so step-by-step guides for everything. So it's really, really great. Also a great reason to use this program, I'd say. All right, and just now, just for a quick little overview of how our process in particular works. Not gonna go deep into detail because that would go too far, but yeah, just the thing we use inside of DaVinci Resolve mostly is Fusion, which is a compositing tool, kind of like After Effects, but it's like directly inside of the program. And basically how this looks is you have like a small panel down there where you can just stick nodes together, right? So at the start, if you look at this, it might look intimidating because, oh, I don't know what any of this does, how does this work? But if you just start out, watch a few tutorials, they will explain every single node to you. What does this, how to put them together. And yeah, once you know these basics, then it just starts getting really easy. And you can start with like a really basic structure like this. So this structure, for example, it just fades in the panels one by one, right? So every little orange thing is a panel, and you just fade them in whenever it comes up. And then the thing is, you can just, once you learn this basic stuff, you can just pick new blocks and learn them and put them together. So you can really have an iterative learning process. Like, for example, the next stage would be this. So it's exactly what you had before, except there's an additional part over here. And this additional part handles fading in the speech bubbles, right? So you have one part fades in the panel, and these other parts fade in the speech bubbles. And yeah, and once you learn how it works, then it really works. Now you might think to yourself, how even do we do this? Like, how do we fade in the speech bubbles? Like, where do we even get the pages without the speech bubbles? Because if you look at the comic, you have the speech bubbles. Well, that's where I really want to give another shout out to Caytlin, the author of the comic, who basically works with us, and she really enjoys our project. Anytime we release a new chapter, she's there like live watching the YouTube premiere and being really excited about it, and she's just a really lovely person. On the Foxcroft Discord, you can also talk to her directly if you want. So yeah, a big thanks to Caytlin for that. And yeah, and just to give a quick view about what you can do more. So if you have now, you can fade in panels, now you can fade in speech bubbles. Then, as I said earlier, if you want to do like a glitch effect, for example, in this panel I added a glitch effect, and that's this little thing over here. And what I did for that is I just, as I already mentioned, I went to YouTube, said DaVinci Resolve glitch effect, and it told me, oh, just take these few nodes, put them together like this, and then it works. And so you can just start building on top of each other, and top of each other, and top of each other, starting really simple, so it's really nice to learn. And this is like an extreme example. This is like the largest thing I ever did. Even though it's just the same thing as usual, just lots and lots of rectangles to fit in. In particular, it's like a map where every single town name gets faded in one by one. But yeah, if you watch chapter 4 of Tamberlane, you'll get to see what this thing does. And yeah, and now we have the video ready. That means everything is done and we are ready to publish everything. And that means to get the thing out to the people, you need a bit of branding, right? A bit of branding. Brand recognition helps, the logo helps. And for that, our logo designer over here will tell you something about that. So.
Okay, well. Okay, I'm not in the picture anymore. You're probably wondering why we call ourselves Spotted Marten. I will just tell you a little story because I think it's really nice. A handful of our actors went to the studio at Volteer's home and saw one or more Martens jumping around on the street. At least one of them had spotted fur. Because it happened so many times, we made the convenient choice to call our studio Spotted Marten. It also has a double meaning, since we all came together by spotting each other and ask each other if they want to try voice acting. We're sitting problems. Okay, I will just talk a little bit about the branding before we go to the interactive part. Our current Spotted Marten logo is heavily inspired by my favorite PlayStation game since my childhood. Maybe you could tell, but it's the logo of Sly Cooper in the corner. Heck yeah.
I love Sly Cooper.
It's basically a game about an orphan raccoon and his very best friends living through a lot of adventures together. And however, I was also the designer of a lovely brown Marten. And fun fact, I just drew it before the last Eurofurence in 2022. We are still using it as a profile picture on our YouTube channel. But of course, as a little creative journey, I wanted to show you a few past logo ideas that we had before, like the actual one. So these two are made by her. They were like some sort of sketchy, you know, the double meaning Spotted Marten thing. That's the idea behind that one. Then there was an idea of making it more cartoony, comically. And then we had a few ideas to just get like this logo thing with color, and maybe just the eyes are colored, or maybe a microphone because like we're voice acting and stuff. And then we decided on the logo that we have here right now. So that's basically everything I wanted to talk about, like from the artsy side. And we will go with the interactive part now, right? Mm-hmm. There you go. Thank you.
Oh boy. Well, I get to have the honor of introducing you now to the interactive side of things. Ooh. Good. Because we have a wonderful artist, our lovely Teddy, aka a budget magician. Yes, budget magician. Teddy T Arts on Twitter, very important plug, who drew the little comic section based on Tamberlane for you all that you are going to be able to participate in.
And then, for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket, and I say...
Stop!
What? But I was just getting to the...
No, she's right. We're wasting our time here.
But
I'm sorry, but yes, you kind of missed the point. Great storytelling, though.
Next!
Maybe next time we'll ask for a dramatic reading.
Did this creature ever hear of the phrase, show, don't tell?
You know, it could almost have worked if they were auditioning for Milo.
That wouldn't really make sense. We are trying to show the story of Tamberlane's adoption. Milo showed up way later.
I didn't mean... Never mind. Here comes the next one.
Okay, so you're auditioning for Oakwood.
Yes.
And you are doing the library scene, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me set the scene. You're just lounging in your chair, being your grumpy self as always, when suddenly your secret love Ainsley bursts through the door, shouting, "Ghosts!" And action!
Why do you keep saying that?
Saying what?
Action.
Trust me, I'm an expert.
What? Ghosts? Get behind me. I'll protect you. These vile beasts won't harm a hair in your body. Your beautiful, white, soft body. Nothing will keep you away from my warm embrace. I will fight anything that stands between us, even if it means I have to fight against hell itself. I will battle until my last breath. Go to the end of the world. Not
Are
even a
you
ghost
for
will
real?
be able to break
You
our
know that's not how it
unwavering bond.
happened.
How do you know? You weren't there. And anyway, every theater performance needs some romance. I'm the expert here after all.
Next!
I am Tess.
And I am Walter.
And together we are
the grandparents.
Really?
We will rescue our daughter from the deep dark woods,
where she's been imprisoned by our archenemy,
the evil genius, Little Cat.
So I'm the sheriff, right?
Henry, I think.
Yeah.
Right. What? A ghost sighting? Looks like I gotta rally the troops. Ooh. Oh, we have no troops? You. Okay, I'm gonna go make an arrest then. Wait. You were saying you can't arrest ghosts? Then what are you getting me for? Ah, protecting citizens? Didn't think that was in my job description. You. I was just looking to beat up bad guys, I know. If I can't catch a ghost, I can't beat them up. Yeah, protecting server and so on. I get it. Whatever, man.
Next.
Thank you all for coming to audition for a role in Tamberlane, a not-so-ghostly ghost. Trademark pending.
Please have some patience while we make our choices among all the wonderful performances we saw today.
And we hope to see you again at the premiere, be it as an actor or in the audience.
Well, as you can see, we used the most modern of AI voice technology as stand-ins for the actors.
Not AI.
I know. But as you can see, in the end, that can definitely not replace a human performance, now can it? Bonzi Buddy is not that good. So, you all are gearing up to try your hand, paw, claw, whatever else appendage you have at this wonderful little performance. We have a few rules for you just real quick. So while you're getting in the mindset of one of the different little silly characters you saw. And again, the appearance is not final. It will be your character if you are chosen. We're just going to give a quick rundown of what this is going to work like. You can enter for one character per person. We said usually audition for several things. That is true. But that's also where we have days or weeks even to choose people. Today we do not. So please choose one character and go for it. One. There'll be multiple voice entries per character slot. We are aiming for about 2. We'll see what the time allows. But again, there's people after us. We don't want to keep them waiting. So 1, 2. We'll choose one winner for each character slot. The winner will get their voice and their persona into the comic. And it's like a YCH thing at the same time. And you don't even have to, auction off something for it. So this is what you want. And we will announce the winners very, very shortly, namely on our Twitter and Blue Sky pages on Sunday. So make sure, if you're in, that you keep looking at those pages. We will be quick on the choices. To get your character into the comic, we will need for you to provide a safe for work reference for us. It doesn't need, it doesn't need to be a perfect full-on ref sheet, but just please a clear, ideally flat-colored picture or something that at least shows clearly your character's colors. If it's a nighttime scene, then you can't expect the artist to know what you look like. If you are chosen, you have to provide these references within a week. So please don't go like, oh, but I'm getting a new picture. No, send what you got, please. Don't keep us waiting either. And then your character must be lore-friendly to the world of Tamberlane. That doesn't mean if you're like, oh, but my character is this awesome proto-gen, I can't participate. Yes, you can. As I've handily illustrated here, we can adjust your character design, work with you, you work with us and our artists together to make sure your character fits. Tamberlane is mainly based on existing animals, but hybrids are allowed. Just, for instance, again, a very cyberpunk-looking character will need some work. As long as you're okay with that, again, any character can participate. And again, safe for work. So here's just the overview one more time, real quick. 1 entry per person. We will have multiple per character slots, so there will be a bit of competition. See it as friendly competition. Everyone's doing their best. We just want to show you how the auditioning process goes. 1 winner will be chosen. You get your voice and character into the comic, thanks to Budget Magician drawing your awesome, lovely selves. We need contact information from you. We have sheets for that, don't we? Over there, you can enter your contact information. As a participant, this is important. We need to get back to you. Please don't provide us a random phone number you never use. Please. Again, I've been part of things like this and then we never got the winner's contact again, so please don't. And then your character must be lore-friendly and safe for work, but again, if those things are an issue, we can work with you, just please let us. I've promised your proto-gen will still be super cute. Here are the characters as an overview again that we showed you in the comic. We have the first one who's very passionate, but is disappointed because gets rejected. Like, no, you need show, don't tell, buddy. And it's like, oh. Then of course we have the Oakwood stand-in who is totally in love with Ainsley, completely canon, obviously. So gets to be a bit nervous, but also like, I'll protect you. Then of course we have our superheroes, 3 and 4, the grandparents. And number 5 gets the longest amount of lines, but is also very monotonous. It's like, what am I doing here? You didn't even need a sheriff. You can't arrest ghosts. So make your choice based on these things, and you can tell us what happens next. I want to make sure I don't explain the specifics wrong.
Well, I'd say we make a little queue over here, and you can fill out those forms with the character you want, if you want to participate. And
we have our booth, don't we?
And then we have a booth over there, yes. So once everybody picked a character, we're gonna pick them at random, depending on how many people are there. And yes, and whoever gets chosen to participate will go in there and just record the lines. And we'll give you a bit of direction, a bit of tips as much time allows, so you can also get a bit of a warm-up for some real-life situation. Yes. So just please form an orderly queue and get your forms. Yep. Woo-hoo.
Oh boy, that's a bunch of people.
Don't be shy.
I did tell them not to be shy. I guess that worked.
Yeah. We have lots of stuff to write. Oh yeah, so
damn.
Let's just gather.
So jetzt müssen wir Cubase starten.
Sorry, quick question. For social media, does Telegram work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also remember, if we have time afterwards, there'll still be a Q&A, so don't go anywhere.
You've got one too, right? Yep. Where do I put the thing right here?
Oh, just give it to me.
Alright, there you go.
Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, we'll definitely have to randomize this.
Yes.
You can give your little sheets to me. Thank you.
I'm just showing off bedroom.
I know, I heard. Ja, wenn es nicht zurückkommen, Cubase zu starten, oder? Ja, das kannst du hier runterlegen.
You can give it to me. Are you done?
Okay, that's amazing.
Is one supposed to fail miserably, basically? No, I don't think I should. Is he doing a bad job in this audition?
It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
I don't want to see. I think that would be a little bit more difficult.
Oh my god.
Check den Ausschlag, ich mache einen Test.
We have a person who would like to participate, but they unfortunately do not have a finished reference. Thank you.
One second. Yeah. Yeah. We'll find a way to set your web to our character.
Picture's almost finished.
If you write a description, it's really, if it's really.
If you have one of those, what description? That also works. If there's no request, say that as
Okay, yeah, then sure. Or pick your favorite character from some movie. If that's not correct. Gehen wir gleich zu sortieren an, wir müssen die Charakter sortieren.
Okay, you can just give it to me if you're done.
Vergibt ihr trotzdem den Besten. Die Regisseure sind etwas weniger sicher, weil sie sagt, die waren auch.
You can just give it to me if you're ready.
Sondern es geht ja noch darum, wir haben ja hier ein Kinderprojekt, selbst auch noch am Lernen, das funktioniert so mit den Darstellungen. Ich dachte, das ist jetzt so, wie du das interpretierst, wie du es gesehen hast, warum du es einfach
Just saying, if you go higher on the number, you have a better chance. Okay.
So, did anyone turn something in, or is someone still? I think that's everyone. So we'll shuffle. You can tell them.
Thank you.
Let's shuffle this.
Yeah.
What? Yes.
Am besten wäre, wenn du es versuchst, ein bisschen zu mischen. Ein bisschen, genau. An welchem Charakter leitest du?
Ich wollte jetzt einfach nur mal wissen, so ein bisschen Hintergrundinformation. Ist er jetzt, ist es sein Leben?
Er spielt so eine Rolle. Das heißt, mach einfach deinen Charakter, der diese Rolle spielt.
Das Alter?
Das hängt von deinem Charakter ab.
Okay, alles klar, danke.
Okay, das ist gemischt. Der hat Glück gehabt, ja? Ja. Nein.
Ja. Weil wir einfach für jede Rolle mehr als 2 Leute, ne?
Ja, aber halt für den 3 oder einen.
Okay. Also wollen wir jemanden auf 3 wechseln oder so?
Ich glaube, jemand, der 3 und 4 sind sehr ähnlich, danke.
Ja.
Das heißt, wir können auch einen. Wir können die zusammen tun, ja. Wobei, das sind auch nur 3 und nicht 4. Nein, also 3 passt ja, genau. Das heißt von denen, ja. So, okay, das. Oh, 5 ist auch klar, okay, arg. Achso, nein, das sind mehrere. Du kannst gleich mischen. Egal, wir einfach mischen.
Selbst Italiener bekriegen die Leute gleich zusammen organisiert.
Ach ja, übrigens. Auch das Director ist Suche, weil wir spielen das nicht direkt raus wegen Rückkopplung. Das heißt, als Director kannst du dann direkt hören, was sie sagen und halt Direction geben und so. Ja.
Sag mal jetzt, wie wir das jetzt anstellen. Haben wir für welche Rollen haben wir zu viele Leute?
Wir haben für alle.
Okay.
Ja, ich habe jetzt gemischt und ich nehme einfach den Random zuerst.
Dann
Ganz einfach.
erkläre ich das jetzt einmal noch
Genau,
mal kurz.
ja.
All right. Everyone who's still here and who's interested, thank you all so much for the plentiful signups. That was more than we expected. We're very glad, That's good. Thank you already. Huge thanks that you're all inspired enough to say, hey, I want to try this, and not just be like, oh, look at those dudes up there, I don't want to be like them. So very, very happy. Thank you so much. We have for a few of the roles, as unfortunately we also feared could happen, more than 2 signups, which again, good, the interest, but we will have to randomly draw. So just saying in advance, if you applied and we didn't draw you, that's entirely just the time constraints of the panel. If you were auditioning for a role with us or any other group, properly, they would listen at the very least because, they would have the time to do so. So just apologies in advance, you're all excellent, wonderful beings. We just literally can't do everyone. So our wonderful Manuel here will just do a random luck of the draw.
Yes, it's already
get the first rolls going.
Mixed up, so let's see who's gonna do
drum roll.
Character 1. So we have Tarki.
Tarki, please step up.
There we go. Okay, so
here's our beautiful booth. Step inside our parlor.
Okay, let me just. The first page is right on top. Yeah.
And everyone else who's listening, make sure that you're nice and quiet. Not trying to be mean, but we need to record these. After all, we are generally recording these, so make sure that you're quiet and be nice. Everyone's doing their best. So if you're rude, I'll kick your butt.
Just one thing. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault. When I said that acoustic treatment can be, basic, I mean things like this. It works when it stays up.
Inventor, I just did one thing. The pages are already saved, so we can also show them here. Where are the pages saved on this, so we can also show them here?
I don't know.
Oh, that's great. That's very good.
We can just go. All right, it wasn't the video, so we can't just show the video again.
No, open the Telegram, then you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, see, semi-professional outfit, so that's our excuse. Semi-professional. Emphasis right now on the semi, this happens. You scroll past some of it. Hey, there's a Phoenix. Ah, right, we have a folder, right? These the actual pages or just the notes? There we go, perfect. All right, then put that up.
No, it's not the.
Oh.
Well, what we can do is we can just play the video and pause it on the right.
Yep, just go for it.
Let's just go for that. Okay.
We don't want to keep this rolling after all, not steal people's time. Everyone's excited, now we're like, oh shit.
No. Oh, there's no strobe.
And then, for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket, and I say,
Stop!
But I can't scroll it, so
what? But I was just getting to eat.
No, she's right. We're wasting our time here.
But
I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Here's
That's
the.
what it.
We got you, Tarki. Sorry about that.
No problem. I just need to get the sign when I have to start or something.
That's up to our directors.
Okay.
You're ready. You can start now.
And then for the grand finale, I put my large rings around her like a blanket and I say... What? I was about... sorry. What? But I was just getting to the... But I...
Okay.
Nice.
So, try. Okay, so that was a good first take. Now try to go a little more heroic, really puff up your chest and go and then for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket, and I say, just a bit louder. Go a bit louder
Push
on that
it.
part.
Push the emotion a bit.
Exactly, and try to do the first line 1 or 2 times, and then we can see what we can do next.
Okay. And then, for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket and I say...
Better.
Definitely.
Okay. Again?
Try doing it again with a little more energy, right?
Even more.
Okay.
Even more!
Okay.
Be the hero!
And then, for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket and I say...
Stop!
Nice.
What? But I was just getting to the...
No, she's right. We're wasting our time here.
But I...
You got kind of missed the point, but that was good lines. Nice.
That was great.
Good job.
Nice.
Right, thank you, Tarki.
I love thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well done.
Of course, yes.
That was so cute.
Yeah, quickly, just a bit of instruction helps too. You learned really fast. Good
Yes,
job.
exactly. So now, for our second character, Arty.
Arty!
Woo!
Will we then also go back to character
right,
one
we have-
earlier? Later?
Yes, if we go
If we have
past
time,
5, then
yeah.
we just loop back around.
If we have, we're gonna rotate through the characters. Just wanted to make that clear.
So okay, let's just play it again.
So, let's see if the height is correct of this.
But yes, you kind of missed the point. Great storytelling, though.
Another big guy.
Maybe next time we'll ask for a dramatic reading.
Did this creature ever hear of the phrase, show, don't tell?
You know, it could almost have worked if they were auditioning for Milo.
That wouldn't really make sense. We are trying to show the story of Tamberlane's adoption. Milo showed up way later.
I didn't mean... Never mind. Here comes the next one.
Okay, so you're auditioning for Oakwood.
Yes.
And you are doing the library scene, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me set the scene. You're just levels.
Play it because the
Lounging in your chair, being your grumpy self as always, when suddenly your secret love Ainsley bursts through the door, shouting, "Ghosts!" And action!
Why do you keep saying that?
Saying what? What?
Action.
Trust me, I'm an expert.
What? Ghosts? Get behind me. I'll protect you. These vile beasts won't harm a hair in your body. Your beautiful, white, soft body.
So that's the main part?
Yeah.
So
Always has to say yes.
But we start off with the yeses, yeah? So
Man,
you're
the
like...
simple stuff can be the hardest.
Yeah, you can basically shotgun out some nervous yeses one at a time.
That's right. That can be like out of character in the scene. So you're acting basically in this part.
So yeah, before this, just try several yeses in a row, just with some pauses in between. How you think if you were called up to audition for something, like maybe right now, how you would do nervously go, yes? Ready?
Wait. Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yes. Yes.
What? Ghosts? Get behind me. I'll protect you. These wild beasts won't harm you a hair on your body. Your beautiful, white, soft body.
Stop! Okay. So, great job so far. You had a little mistake there in these wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body. That was spelled slightly wrong, but, you know. Try doing the first two again. What ghosts? Get behind me, I'll protect you.
Okay.
And try to, because the speech bubble is all zigzaggy, try to go what? Ghosts? You know, really, what? You know?
All right. What? Ghosts? Get behind me. I'll protect you. These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body. Your beautiful, white, soft body.
Stop! These wild beasts, okay?
These
wild beasts. These wild beasts.
Uh-huh.
All right? Until you got it.
Okay. These wild beasts. These wild beasts won't harm. Oh, sorry. These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body.
Okay, now go faster. These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body.
These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body.
Your beautiful, white, soft body.
Your beautiful, white, soft body.
Lovely.
Oh.
All right.
Now try the third line once more, right?
Just one more time.
Just one more time.
You said sometimes har instead of hair because of the hair. You see how that
Harm.
happens?
Harm hair. Make sure that you got it.
It's tricky. So enunciate those words, just not too much, but clearly enough that the sound difference is clear. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What ghosts again? Or
If you want.
Yes.
Okay. What? Ghosts? Get behind me. I'll protect you. These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body. You're beautiful, white, soft body.
Yay!
Well done, thank you.
Great job. It still goes. It still goes.
On the next page.
Yeah.
So it's not done.
Yeah. But still, good job.
Right.
We're gonna have to play the video again. Yeah, it's a long thing you sign up for. That's right.
This is, by the way,
Nothing will keep you away from my warm embrace.
Alright.
I will fight anything that stands between us, even if it means I have to fight against hell itself. I will battle until my last breath. Go to the end of the world. Not
Are
even a
you
ghost
for
will
real?
be able to break
You know
our
that's not how it
bond.
happened.
How do you know? You weren't there. And anyway, every theater performance needs some romance. I'm the expert here, after all.
Next!
Well,
Oh no. It's
I
going
can just scroll this.
No.
Trying to get the pages
All right.
over here.
We're working on it.
I think you can still go because
Yes.
we know the gist of it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So I think you can just go from the start, the whole thing, and then we'll switch characters. I think.
All right. And there was
Remember the rambling. We're adding the rambling bit
Yes.
at the end then.
Yes.
Sorry about the confusion. The video is not super helpful for us.
Okay. And now, nothing will keep you away from my warm embrace. I will fight anything that stands between us, even if it means I have to fight against hell itself. I will battle until my last breath. Go to the end of the world. Not even a ghost will be able to break our unwavering bond.
Okay, that's where it ends, right?
No, there's the next panel is still in the background.
Okay.
I almost got it.
All right. He's working on it. You could still do one more take if you like.
But really, you're really impassioned right now.
That's right.
Think of it, this is like a dime store romance novel, you know, just like really schlocky,
Oh.
sort of over the top, right?
All right.
You just imagine Einstein really is the love of your life. You'll protect them with everything you have.
Okay.
All in on it.
Maybe at even if it means?
Should you restart there?
Yeah, you can restart there and remember someone you love and try to like exaggerate your passion for this person, right?
Okay. Even if it means I have to fight against hell itself. I will battle until my last breath go to the end of the world. Not even a ghost will be able to break our unwavering bond.
Oh,
Nice.
the passion.
Very lovely. All right, shall we? What do you think? I haven't seen a line yet, so I can't.
Opening 7-zip, we got it.
I'm making up my mind about this.
Oh, we got it.
Yep.
We got it.
What?
Oh no, what?
What's going on?
Is it because?
Okay, that's right click open. Yes, open with
Something else. Like
Photos.
No.
Oh.
That's exactly
this
the one that
this
doesn't.
doesn't have the Photos app.
Paint. Use Paint.
But then I can switch through, that's important. I can't switch between pages then because Paint just opens one page.
Different view.
Yeah, I don't have anything installed.
Oh no.
Open.
Okay, that's. Sorry guys.
We take responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah. First panel, everybody.
We have some outtakes.
Oh yeah.
Live outtakes, I guess, but still.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arty, for being so patient with us.
Yes. Very sorry.
You emerge.
Yeah.
That happens a lot when you do like, the fleece blanket method. It works great for swallowing
Left
echo,
or right?
but it's definitely something that's rough. Woo! MS Paint!
Oh yeah. So did we get this on the?
Yeah,
You did unwavering bond.
It
Yeah.
ends at bond.
So we got it all?
Yes.
All right.
Arty did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we conclude this one, or do you
We
say
can
something?
conclude this
Okay,
one. You did
all right.
great, Arty. Okay,
Thank you so much, Arty.
Not more lines after all.
So in this case, we can start with character 3.
Now we have the grandparents.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
So I am Tess, and only one person signed up for this, so they automatically win. Larric Lazuli.
Larric, please.
Larric Lazuli. Okay.
So, let's see. Do I need to duck? Yeah, just in here.
Okay.
So this is a tiny change about this. Should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's about the right height.
Okay.
Directly in here, that works.
Let's see.
Let's see the pages. So the first page is this one, where it's just.
I am Tess.
I am Tess.
And I am Walter.
And then we switch to the next page. And it's this one.
Yeah.
And together we are
the grandparents.
We are the grandparents.
Rescue our daughter.
We will rescue our daughter from the deep dark woods.
Genau, rescue daughter.
The evil genius, little cat. And that's it.
Arch
yeah.
enemy and this, yeah.
So I'll skip the first page. It's
So
just
this is the
I am.
first- this is the
I am Tess.
Okay, is Tess a male character or a female
So
character?
no, it's just Tess. So as you say, I am Tess.
You're the actor, right?
Okay.
And then that's the only thing on the first page, and then everything the black character says on the second page.
All right.
And let's just start with a whole run through the thing, right? I think, and then
Go
we
through
get
the whole
feedback.
thing
Yes.
with slight breaks in between.
Mhm.
And then later we got you Walter.
And maybe we can throw in some Walter. Any one of you want to Walter?
Sure, I could. You're very
Yeah,
bad,
come
Walter.
here.
You just start whenever you're ready.
Yes.
I am Tess,
And I am Walter.
and together we are the
Grandparents.
grandparents. We will rescue our daughter from the deep dark woods.
Where our arch enemy is imprisoned? Where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy.
The evil genius, little cat.
All right. So now
Give
this
me
is
a heart
the first
attack,
run-through,
little
and
cat.
now let's go for some feedback.
All right. So, nice job starting out, and I have some feedback. More energy. Go like, I am Tess. And together we are the grandparents.
Since you're not
really
fam-
puff out your chest. Yes.
Since you're not familiar with the comic, Tess used to be a wrestler before she became a baker.
Both of them actually. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Volteer
That's
and Tess were prize wrestlers, so you're really like, big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Channel your inner wrestler inside of you and let it out.
That's
More energy.
Be bold.
I will cheer you on.
You're a character of strong will, for sure.
That's a general tip for voice acting. Go way harder than you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's way more difficult to go hard than to go not hard. So just go hard as you can.
With the monotonous character, you can be just like, oh yeah, what is
Mike
this?
can handle it.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
the full pass again? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. Come on! Do it! You're a wrestler!
I am Tess.
And I am Walter.
And together
we are
the grandparents. We will rescue our daughter from the deep dark woods.
Where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy.
The evil genius, Little Cat.
This time I was prepared.
All right.
I think you can do one more pass and then
Yeah,
we go
definitely
on.
do better.
Yeah, better. Let's do one more pass, right?
One more
and
full
then we
pass?
go on, yes.
Okay.
One more
And that's the last one.
Whenever I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready.
I am Tess.
And I am Walter.
And together we are the grandparents. We will rescue our daughter from the deep dark woods.
Where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy.
The evil genius, Little Cat.
Yep.
Oh, well done.
Great job.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Now we need your counterpart, well, which is Walter.
That's right.
Manuel, you're picking a Walter for us?
Yes.
Here you go.
That's only 2 people, so it's a 50-50 chance that you get it.
Oh, hold on. Is it really the right one? Yeah, it's the right one.
Right.
Coin flip.
Okay, so we're gonna get Spooky Melon.
Woo!
I think.
All right,
So it's
Spooky.
kind of the same idea now, yeah. So let me track.
So it's the same.
You're the yin to the yang.
So you're the Walter. So this start and yeah. Have fun. See,
So, where do
yeah,
you want me?
a little. And you can get up close and personal with this, like
Okay.
up to this distance.
Okay, so
No, what's the first one?
starting. So yeah, for the first pass, just go and then we'll go through the feedback, right? So yeah, it starts with I am Walter on the first page.
And
then the
I
rest-
am Walter.
Keep going.
And together we are the grandparents. Where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy, the evil genius, Little Cat.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice first pass.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
there you are. All right.
Yeah.
That was the first pass.
Oh yeah, that's a good sign, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's good to do gestures. Sometimes. Okay.
You got feedback?
All right. Oh no, what's going on? What's
That's
that?
me.
Okay, that's you. All right. So, a very good first pass. I don't really have much to say. I would just say, really try to over-exaggerate your energy as in character you are acting. You're like acting as Walter, even though you're yourself. So try to like exaggerate a little more. That would be my advice.
Just that more power. It's always
More power.
Even
More power,
more,
more power.
even more. Higher, go higher.
You can handle much more power.
And remember, former pit fighter. You're a big, strong.
And I am Walter. And together we are the grandparents. The evil genius Little Cat.
You missed one line?
Oh no!
Other than that?
One more.
Oh no, okay, I will begin from
Arch enemy.
Oh, it's the
where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy.
nice.
Nice. Great job. No comment. Amazing.
I think we can take it. So, and I think we can go to our last character.
Yeah, you
That's
you
right.
got
Already
that
pretty
one
good,
down.
yeah.
You nailed that energy. You did more energy. I asked for more energy. You did more energy.
Now that's the longest
Great job.
character. So we'll see who gets that. And ZenAku.
ZenAku. Woo!
Hello. that's just on one page, the final page, so that's easy.
So we got big lungs. That's the sheriff now, is it? Yeah.
Sheriff.
Unenthusiastic. Right. Yeah, the whatever sheriff.
Protecting citizens and
yeah, so basically everything.
Yes. It's everything there. Cool. So let's
Cozy.
see the height stick. Goes a bit.
You know how we told you? You know how we told you that usually when you audition for something, you should get a little feel for the character before you do.
Yeah.
Here we see, of course, a comedic example of a person who did not do that. We see if our lovely auditioner can nail this personality.
Yeah, you can nail the totally disinterested guy, just
That's right, but that doesn't mean that you should be, like even monotonous characters have energy to them, at least some bit of energy, right?
Yep.
So still try to enunciate your words, really keep your diction right, and now you don't have to worry about much because it's the first pass, and I will try to direct you into what needs to be done here. So yeah.
Just go through everything if you can.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm the sheriff, right? Henry, I think?
Yeah.
Right. What? A ghost sighting? Looks like I really gotta rally the troops. Ooh. Oh. We have no troops? Okay, I'm gonna go make an arrest then. Wait. You're saying you can't arrest ghosts? Then what are you getting me for? Ah, protecting citizens. Didn't think that was in my job description. I was just looking to beat up bad guys, you know? If I can't touch a ghost, I can't beat them up. Yeah, protect and serve and so on. I get it. Whatever, man.
Nice first pass. Woo! Okay. Alright, then scroll up, please. Alright. So, as I've said with everyone else, you could go with more energy. And, yeah, I'm gonna try and just, like, read the sentence to you. It's like, so, like, I am the sheriff, right? Henry, I think? I think you nailed that pretty well, though, it could have, at some points, it could have been a bit clearer. And there's a line where you messed up a little bit. That was, what? A ghost sighting? Looks like I gotta rally the troops. Oh, it's just like I gotta rally the troops. Rally the troops means like, oh, gathering everyone.
Yeah,
you know?
Messed up.
Yeah, don't worry.
Really.
It can happen, yeah.
It can happen with the best of us.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. All right. So, next person, or do we want
I think you can go to second pass, right?
Yeah, let's do a second pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready, you can do it. More energy!
So, like, I'm the sheriff, right? Henry, I think?
Yeah.
Right. What? A ghost sighting? Looks like I gotta rally the troops. Oh. We have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go make an arrest then. Wait. You're saying you can't arrest ghosts? Then what are you getting me for? Ah, protecting citizens. Didn't think that was in my job description. I was just looking to beat up bad guys, you know? If I can't touch a ghost, I can't beat them up. Yeah, protect and serve and so on. I get it. Whatever, man.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Alright, great. Thank you so much.
So we have 20 minutes left. Let's start from the beginning and let someone else try the other
Well
characters.
done. Character one.
Yeah.
Let's summon another magician of the vocal cords.
So,
Alright.
character one. Who is it gonna be? Crimson. now for a smoother run of that.
No worries.
By now you see how this all works, so you got this.
That's the one. And let's say it needs to change like this. About. Yep. This is good.
Are you ready, Crimson?
All right. Oh, no, 1 second. I need to record.
Oh, we didn't hit the record button. 1 sec.
No.
No.
Now
we
whenever you're
record.
ready.
Okay. And then, for the grand finale, I put my large rings around her like a blanket and I say, what? But I was just getting into the... But I...
Yes.
Nice. All right. So, no need to be nervous.
It's just generally, I'm not really nervous.
Oh, you're not really nervous? Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, then, more energy is what I would...
Yes. You can get a bit closer to the mic.
Oh, okay.
Bit more, yeah, a little bit more.
Rushing.
That's right. Right, it's like... can I see the thing? The speech bubble. Like, as I said, it's like, and then for the grand finale, I put my large wings around her like a blanket, and I say, you did that line very nice, though you could always go for more energy. Always like that, you know? So, once more, and you're good.
All right. And then, for the grand finale, I put my large rings around her like a blanket, and I say, what? I was just getting into the line.
You can do that again if you messed up. That's fine.
What? I was just getting into the... But I...
Nice.
Well done. Well done.
So, and one more for character 2, which was by far the most popular one, so don't be disappointed if you don't get it.
Everyone wants to be into the soft white body.
Isn't that a surprise?
Alleris.
Oh, that's you.
I'm so sorry. If we had the time, we'd let everybody have a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the EF is going to be mad at us.
I'm pretty sure we'll do a panel like this again. So just keep watching our social media when we announce that.
That's about right.
You should always watch your social media.
Oh yeah.
You can get as close as about this, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just get here.
Like 15, 20 centimeters maximum.
Oh, all right.
If it's too loud, we're gonna tell you.
Okay.
Yep. We have powerful mics.
Yes.
All right. And you're doing the library scene, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
No, you go.
With a bunch of yeses
Sorry.
again.
What's the beginning?
No. That was some good yeses.
Yeah, just several yeses.
Just with the yeses.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, now you can go for what? Ghosts?
What? Ghosts? Get behind me! I'll protect you! These wild beasts won't harm a hair on your body. You beautiful, white, soft body.
Nice.
That was nice.
Lovely. All right, we can continue.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, do we want to do this one more?
Oh, one more. Try on
what
this,
is
or
perfect?
What do you think?
I would.
Okay,
more
let's
through
go on.
so
Let's
that
go
more
on.
people
Let's go on. Yes.
One more?
Oh, no
no
problem.
was already pretty good, yes.
You could, I mean.
Yeah, it's
okay.
great.
Whatever.
It's already great, yeah.
We'll continue.
So on the next page, the bubbles start with "Nothing will keep you away."
Remember, you're so in love.
Oh yeah, switching the page.
Just, that wonderful Ainsley. Love of your life. And totally canon.
You want to
completely.
direct him, yeah. He doesn't know what the second page.
Don't steal our pages.
Again, for the first time.
Just go whenever you're ready.
All right.
Nothing will keep you away from my warm embrace. I will fight anything that stands between us. Even if it means I have to fight against hell itself. I will battle until my last breath. Go to the end of the world. Not even a ghost will be able to break our unwavering bond.
Great.
Was it good?
It was
It was
good.
really great. Yeah, we don't think we need a second one, right?
No, that was great.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah.
You did great. Well
Yeah,
done.
we did the old guy voice. Yeah. Awesome. So the thing is, we don't have anyone for character 3, so we can pick one from the stack of 2, and if the person wants to do character 3 instead, then we can do that, right?
Okay.
So.
It is.
Eft.
Eft.
So you can do character 3 if you want.
I'll do 3. I'll do 3.
Okay, that's good. Right. So.
Alright, let's hit record and switch picture. Volteer has a lot to do here.
He always does.
I think the most important part is to make sure we don't lose the line.
That's right.
That would be best.
Safe
Okay.
and safe. Save your lines. Don't lose anything.
Yeah, I know. You're now, just to remember, you're now Tess.
Your Tess.
The person auditioning for Tess, right?
So the
This
first
meta.
line is I am Tess. That's on a different page, but that's the only thing you need to remember. So take the other page with the grandparents. Would be the best. So you're the character in black, yeah.
So. Yes. That's gonna work.
It's cozy in here.
But we're gonna. Yeah, you have a bell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna.
If you were Piper, that would be great, because she always wears a bell.
But that's gonna be all of it. Thanks.
Thank you.
I just this is all the stuff that you need to careful. Once I had to remove a ticking clock from the wall because you can hear it in the microphone.
Yep.
So there's
All right,
some
so
strange things you get.
You start with I am Tess and then all the black character lines on the page, and you can start whenever you're ready.
All right.
Alright, just keep going. Energy!
I am Tess. And together we are the grandparents. We will rescue our daughter from the deep, dark woods.
Where she's been imprisoned by her arch enemy.
The evil genius, Little Cat.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Would you like to do one more? Alright.
And as always, add as much energy as you can.
Remember, you're a former pit fighter. You've wrestled for show.
That's right.
For entertainment, you're powerful.
Yeah. Also, when you're like the grandparents, when you're like saying the P really loudly.
Parents.
Try to subdue your P a little. Do not
try
pop.
to blow into the microphone because
That's
we
right.
don't have the pop protection here in the small space.
That's good. Alright, one more take.
I am Tess.
And I am Walter.
And together we are the grandparents. We will rescue our daughter from the deep, dark woods. The evil genius, Little Cat.
Yes, that's
Nice.
right.
Well done.
Right,
Thank you so
character
much.
4.
Character 4.
So again, just one more left, so they automatically win, and it's Eric, I think.
Eric.
Yes.
Yay. The white one.
Walter, this one, it's the same, yeah, it's the same. So yeah, Walter and together with other grandparents. Okay, here we go.
So you're the right character now, and to start with I am not.
And with the setup, yeah, that needs to be changed a bit. Zip. About this.
Okay.
Yep.
The distance is okay?
Yes, about 20 centimeters distance is okay. Even if it's closer, it's okay. Just not farther away.
Okay.
Ready.
So you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. And I am Walter, and together we are the grandparents. Where she's been imprisoned by our arch enemy, the evil genius, Little Cat.
It was really good.
Our director says it's perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect.
No notes. No notes. You got it.
Thank
Very
you.
well done.
Alright, and for our last contender for today, drum roll please. Dan!
Dan! Woo!
Hello Dan, let's go! Which character? The fifth one, you know. The
Fifth one, monotonous.
monotonous guy.
The sheriff. The sheriff. So
It's a very enthusiastic sheriff.
we get the sheriff. Yeah, this is only one picture. Yeah, so we have the sheriff. So like, I'm the sheriff. Yes. And in we go.
Smelly booths. Smells like my room.
The blankets are clean, we promise.
Yes, and I'm glad that Celestia here is wearing her Chanel Eau de Soleil because otherwise this would be unbearable by now in there.
Let's go then. Unfortunately, time is running out.
So yeah, you
I'd
can.
love to do one more.
Well, you can go if you want.
All right. So I think you've heard all the feedback before. It's just like even though you're monotonous, you still have to emphasize the right words at the sentence and get a little more energy into it than you think. It will affect the recording. So yeah, whenever you're ready.
So, like, I'm the sheriff, right? Henry, I think?
Yeah.
Right. What? A ghost site? Looks like I got a really... sorry.
Do that one more.
Yeah, try again. You said ghost sight, it's ghost sighting.
A ghost
yeah.
sighting, right?
Yeah.
Looks like I gotta rally the troops.
Yep. What? A ghost sighting? Looks like I gotta rally the troops. Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna make arrest. I forgot to go.
One more time.
Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go and make...
I'm gonna go make an arrest then. No worries. This happens all the time. Don't worry.
Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go and make an arrest then.
There is no and, but let's keep going.
Wait, you're saying you can't arrest ghosts? Then what are you getting from me?
What are you getting me for? It's good. It happens. It's a lot of lines.
Again?
Yeah, try it again.
Okay.
Right order.
Wait, you say you can't arrest ghosts? I forgot the ing.
Real voice acting, people.
Yay!
This is how it goes, I promise.
Wait, you're saying you can't arrest ghosts? Then what are you getting me for?
Nice.
Protecting citizens? I didn't think that was in my job description. I was just looking to beat up... I hold the sheet kind of shit, sorry. I was just looking to beat up bad guys, you know. If I can't touch a ghost, I can't beat them up. Yeah, protect the citizens. Yeah, protect and serve and so on. I get it. Whatever, man.
Good.
Alright, you managed to fix your mistakes just after I said it, so that's good.
Seriously, yeah. Quick learner.
You're learning fast. Alright.
Do you wanna go one more? Or?
Right. Let's see. Do I have anything in mind? Right. Can I scroll through them? I can see the more.
Here? Oh, here.
Yeah, I gotta see. Okay. Okay. Can we do one more time at... Can you scroll up? Scroll up slightly, like at the red part. Right. Okay, so can you please try the... Oh, we have no troops? Okay, I'm gonna go make an arrest then.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go and make an arrest them.
Short interjection. Try to really lengthen your It's like, okay, I'm gonna go make an arrest then.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go and make an arrest them.
And lose the and, because it's just like, I'm gonna go make an arrest then, right? Do it in one go.
Thing.
Yeah, you can do that one more time, and then I think we're done.
Oh, we have no troops? Okay. I'm gonna go make an arrest them.
Nice.
Good.
Now you nailed it.
So that's...
Nice job. Thank you so much.
That's it, and we have... Thank you all so much for participating, it was really great. And I think we have 3 minutes left for the Q&A.
All right.
But one thing before that, let's... So...
I'm good at quick Q&As. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're obviously not going to throw us out of here in a second, but yes. No. If you have questions, you were going to say something, Manuel?
Yes, because we have our social media.
Yeah. Okay. Keep that on there. Take screenshots or whatever. This QR code, scan that shit. Also very, very good.
Most important thing
I didn't say it backwards.
to subscribe on YouTube.
Okay. But ask a question succinctly. You first.
Would you mind voice acting Kira for a short time?
I mean, I guess I can do that. I'm my own bully, you know. They're always like, "Oh, I'm just your jerk." I'm my own jerk. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you.
Is there a reason you chose DaVinci over Blender for a specific reason, or because that's usually the free entry into the whole video editing stuff?
I didn't even know you can use Blender for...
It actually has a full video editing suite.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
QR code doesn't work, by the way.
Yes.
What does it work?
An error.
Well, it's to the SpottedMarten.com, so if you know SpottedMarten.com, that's where all the links are, so...
Yeah.
No,
well, sorry about the code.
Test mine.
You tested it?
I don't know if that works.
I didn't.
So when you're voice acting, do you have like a monitor, or do you just speak out?
If we do it at Manuel's place, he is technically the monitor. We don't hear ourselves, but Agatha and Manuel.
Yes, we usually when we're recording in the booth, we have actually exactly this mic, these headphones available. Some people who act, they like to hear feedback from their own voice, how they sound, particularly when we have some real-time effect distortion in it.
Yeah.
It can help. Other people find it really disturbing and distracting, and they're like, I just want to act out like I'm on stage, and I do not want to hear feedback from my own voice because it distracts me from acting.
Yeah.
So it's actually the preference of the actor.
Yep. It works? Nice. Awesome.
Oh, you have Magnus's.
School coming.
You were talking before that you sometimes eat during the sessions when it's getting too long.
Yeah.
Are there special foods that totally forbidden while recording? And
Nothing sticky.
And are there special stuff that you need to eat or drink to have a special voice?
Obviously, everyone's different, but I would say never anything sticky or heavily creamy that changes how your throat feels. Because that can really be a problem, especially if your teeth get a little bit sticky or your tongue feels weird afterward. Nothing heavy.
If the scene requires someone eating, of course,
that's different.
It's you can eat whatever suits the scene. Yes.
Yes.
It's like a mixture of Foley and voice acting.
Yes, we've done that too. Yes, we've had people with full mouths talk. But for like while you're in the booth, just to energize, get something that's light. I like doing teas because they're without extra sugar because it warms the throat, but it still hydrates. Of course, just water, always
if you're
water.
doing a high voice, a warm throat is actually good.
Yes. Piper would know.
I would know.
Yes. She would know. And for eating, just like I said, anything like seriously a cereal bar or something, as long as it's not one of those uber sticky extra honey ones, or just something else that's like a bit of fruit or something. Just nothing where you know that gunks up my throat or my mouth.
Also, if you go for a rough voice, you can get Guillory voice from the apothecary. It actually protects your vocal cords pretty well.
Oh, what is it called?
A Guillory voice. It's like it's a tablet that kind of hydrates the
I didn't know
vocal
about
cords
that. See,
very well.
good tip. I have to look that up.
I'm the screaming commander of a unit in Larric, so after screaming 3 days in a row.
You're a professional yeller.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
And that's the reason why you need a microphone with sufficient dynamic range. Otherwise, this is gonna clip and over.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
How do you practice before voice acting?
Practice. How we would practice?
Yeah, like do you spell something really that is difficult to say in everyday life when you have to perform an acting?
Yeah, it depends really on the role. If a character, for instance, speaks very quickly, then I would of course practice saying things fast that are difficult to say fast. Because fast-speaking characters, it's like, oh yeah, that's easy, just yeah, but then you don't understand anything. It still needs to be comprehensible. Just like we just said, the monotonous character still needs energy. The character who speaks very quickly still needs to be comprehensible, unless the joke is that they're not, even then, So a lot of these things that just come down, what does the character in the scene require? And that's what I'm really gonna try. For warm-up, like I said, you can do anything that really tries your range, you're making different noises, you sing a little bit, you might just recite a poem. There's people who do all sorts of things, as long as you're not saying the same things in the same tone over and over, because then you're not warming up, right?
One thing that my teacher told me is that you can try and put your finger in your mouth and try saying things as clearly as possible.
And then you'll be able to enunciate words more clearly.
That's a great trick.
That's a trick that I do sometimes.
You have to really know the words you're saying, you have to enunciate them clearly. So, yeah, just work on that. And I prepare by just doing the character all the time.
Speak loudly.
Two things. One for the person in the front that spoke about the tablets earlier. What were they called again?
A Guillory voice.
Okay. Second, do you have an audio interface for the setup that you plug the microphone into with a USB microphone works fine?
No, if you use a USB microphone, you can directly plug it into your computer. If you have something a little bit more beefy, once you get to the more studio level mics, those will need phantom power, it's called, which is basically an extra form of electric source, basically, to put it very basic, that comes from most interfaces. They will have a phantom power source.
But it's not necessary.
No, the vast majority of mics, especially these podcast mics that I showed off earlier just as examples, all of them are USB these days. You could, if your phone is solid enough, you could put them, into like a super small laptop. If you have anything that has a USB port, basically, should be just fine.
And even when you get a microphone that has like the XLR and this analog, and you need the phantom power for it, like the entry-level interfaces, which are like one or two channels, they're not that expensive. The interface that we used before our current one, that was like I think it was 170 euros or so, and that was already good enough to handle our current mic well. What we use currently, that's way more expensive, but as I said, that's only because of the collaboration channels involved. For recording, you don't need anything this beefy.
Is there any more questions?
Now's your last chance.
Do you have any recommendations on where to get started on this whole thing?
Recommendations for what?
How to get started on this whole thing?
On something.
What's something?
Just in general,
Anything.
just having the bravery or like the guts to do it.
Right. So that's a really good
It's a
one.
very broad
It's-
question.
Yeah.
Important.
Very. First you have to find a starting point. What makes you interested in this particular type of thing, and know your talents. Know that you have a lot more potential than you think you have. I know it's It's very hard to start out sometimes because. When I start out, you can hear it in the first comment of still, I have a slightly shyer disposition. I'm a little not sure if I'm doing this right, in the booth, right? But this is something that you will just have to accept. Just accept that you're at the level that you're at right now, and really try to continue. Really try to maybe sometimes compare yourself to someone, though not to the level where you feel bad about yourself. Just
don't do that.
Yeah, no. When I try to, for instance,
Do this kind of voice.
I really was searching for the types of voice that professional voice actors have done before me, and I really tried to see, okay, what have they done differently? If they have done any Q&As and stuff, listen to that. Really try to get your research in, not just voice acting, get your research in how other people that you admire did it before, and try to prop yourself up all the time. You need the encouragement from within yourself. Sometimes it really helps when there's someone supporting you, but when you don't really have anything, you just have yourself and try to get use out of tutorials and just go after it,
Manuel, you discussed that your motivator, right, was you didn't want to read everything. That's
Oh, yeah.
also legitimate.
One thing I wanted to point out is which gives you basically free practice is what we did before we really got into the voice acting thing is find a game that you really like an RPG or something that doesn't have voice acting but a lot of text, and just start voice acting the characters with your friends. We started playing Night in the Woods with some friends, and everybody picked some characters. I always played the birds and made them talk really fast and stuff like that. If you see Chapter 1 of Tamberlane, you can hear the practice in that. Just a bit of a spoiler, but so that's one thing that's really good for practice and stuff.
I would also.
I started voice acting Harry Potter fanfiction, for example, because I wanted to hear how the characters would sound, and so I started.
I did that a lot.
It's circumstantial.
Yeah. I did that a lot as well, the game thing, because they were games that I like to play with friends, because we were all we were really into Ace Attorney, and we were we love puzzling out all these cases together, but it's 10 million characters, so why shouldn't we just read them out loud? And that was really fun practice. For me also, this sounds silly, but sometimes a solid motivator, as long as it doesn't get toxic, is spite. So if you're this thing, I really like this, but I think there's this thing is wrong with it. It doesn't suit my taste.
That's right.
This specific tape.
Remember,
what I would have done.
I started voice acting because I dislike the German voice of Fluttershy.
There you go. But when you say this would work for me if only one thing was different, then do one thing different. Do it. Yeah. Do it your
no
tape.
matter how small it is.
Yes. Do your version.
And I think since 20 minutes the next panel starts, we'll need to cut it here. But we have one more thing for you, and it's a trailer for Tamberlane Chapter 4.
Because you waited so long.
If you want to see it.
You were awesome. You stuck with us. You get to see a little preview.
And also, give us some feedback, because apparently there's a feedback system that the con set up, so make sure to fill it out. But first of all, let's get the trailer going.
So, what specifically are we looking for? In terms of these ghost clues you mentioned. Gather round and lend your ears, my kits, and we'll tell you a story. A story that lives in the beat of your heart and the pulse of your blood. If you've heard their names before. With their huge mouths full of mismatched teeth. And their endless legs that never tire, no matter how far you run. Yes, my kids. We speak of...
Enough! This behavior is beyond inappropriate. The edicts exist. for a reason. I will not spread fear and paranoia.
I'm sorry creatures give a single shit about what you want. I'm sorry you get to be the specialist little princess of this rotten town. Well, too bad, Tamberlane. Special just means different. And you know what happens to creatures who are different.
Hold them! There! I may have a few seasons under my belt, but I'm still a dead paw in the drink.
Look at her! She's trying to kill us! Oh, stop! Don't! Inhaler, please.
Remember, if you'd like to work with us in any way or just like kind of contact us, we're open for anything. Just let us know.
Join our Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Hey, applause.
And there will be more panels.
Great job. That was amazing, actually.